with this data. He doesn't even care if we know. Let's see what you found out there. Stay safe. Be safe. All are safe. Good weapon. Be careful. Wisely. I should get back to my studies.
Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll show you the best exotic farm method in 2026 for Destiny 1. So for the table of contents we have number 1 basics, number 2 general strat, number 3 in-depth strat, and number 4 live gameplay. So without further ado, let's begin. Basics. Exotic engrams. What are they? An exotic engram is the highest rarity tier of items available, with extreme low drop rates and only having a guaranteed drop chance in activities like raids. They are a special tier of equipment that can turn into powerful and unique weapons, armor, and items that can be distinguished by their distinct appearances and abilities. 3 of coins. What are they? The 3 of coins is a consumable that increases your chances of obtaining an exotic engram after either completing a crucible match or defeating an ultra enemy. These can be identified with a yellow health bar and a skull to the left. How to get them? The 3 of coins is an item sold by Sir, a special vendor that only appears on Fridays at 4 AM Eastern Time and leaves at Sundays at 4 AM Eastern Time, whose location is random every week. He sells 5 3 of coins for 7 strange coins. In this channel, every Friday we upload Sir's location, so if you want to know where he is as soon as he spawns, make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications on. Myths and misconceptions. There are many myths and misconceptions around 3 of coins. This is because for Destiny 1 we rarely got hard stats like drop rates, buffs, and debuffs. In the case of 3 of coins, the myth or myths is that there is a cooldown for either how fast you can use one after using a 3 of coins, or that the drop rate for an exotic decreases after obtaining one, or that if you kill many ultras in a short period of time, the 3 of coin drop rates get significantly lowered, and many more. However, since we don't really know the drop rates for 3 of coins and there was never an official response from Bungie on how said cooldown works, these are all speculations and most likely product of a short sample test. On the in-depth part of the tutorial, I will debunk all these myths and show you how 3 of coins really works. General strategy. The strat basically consists of loading a mission from the Rise of Iron campaign called the Iron Tomb. After we load in, we want to progress in the mission all the way to the last part where we discover the bodies of the Iron Lords. Here we will have 3 ultras, the enemies with the yellow health bar and the skull to the left. We want to pop a 3 of coins, then we will grab the Iron Axe and kill the first ultra. After that, we want to pop another 3 of coins and kill the second ultra. Once dead, we want to go to the entrance and jump to reset the checkpoint, so we can repeat this process over and over again. The trick here is, after you get 2 exotics, which on average will take you 7 strange coins, with the lower limit being 1 and the high limit being 12, when you kill your last ultra and get your second exotic, you should not pop another 3 of coins. You will wait exactly or at least 15 minutes and then you will repeat the whole thing again. Pop 3 of coins, get first exotic, get second exotic, wait 15 minutes and repeat. If you don't wait 15 minutes, it could take up to 23 of coins before you see your next exotic. So if you don't have many, you will run out of them pretty quickly. And even if you have many, every run of this circuit takes on average 1.5 minutes. Multiply that by 20 and you're looking at 30 minutes, double the time if you would have waited the original 15 minutes cooldown. So you would not only be wasting 3 of coins, but time as well. There are many methods to farm exotics, but out of all of them, this is the fastest, most efficient, and consistent one. I spent around 603 of coins researching this method, and how I got to this conclusion will be explained in the next part of the video. Alright guys, welcome to the in-depth part of the video where I'll show you all the stats and all the tests that I run to come to this conclusion and debunk all the myths around 3 of coins and how the debuff actually works. So let's just begin. Let me show you my desktop for this part of the video. What you're seeing right now, it's a Google Sheets or a Excel, same thing. You will find a copy of these Google Sheets in the description if you want to download it, if you want to run your own tests, if you want to do whatever you want with this spreadsheet, you're more than welcome to do so. So pretty much what happened is that when I was doing the research for this video, I find out or realized that there was so many people spreading misinformation in terms of how Three of Coins worked and how the debuff that Bungie introduced in one of the patches actually worked. People saying that if you kill too many ultras in a short period of time, Three of Coins doesn't work, and people saying that it actually works, or people saying that if you wait at least 5 minutes in between, Three of Coins gets you an exotic every 2 Three of Coins, every 1 Three of Coins, and many more. So the problem was in most cases that they were either talking from other people's experience, like, oh yeah, my friend did the Draxis method or the Iron Tomb method, and he got an exotic every 2 Three of Coins, so that's how it works. That's bullshit. That doesn't work. Like, that's not true. The patch is not true. Blah 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 blah. And same thing the other way around. For the people that got unlucky. Oh no, yeah, I ran the Iron Tomb, or I ran Draxis, I ran Strikes, and I didn't get an exotic after 14, after 20, blah 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 blah. And again, the issue is that either they were talking about a lucky run, or they were talking about someone else's experience, or they were talking about a test that was very short, you know, that they did maybe a couple times and that's it. So what I did in this last month is that I wanted to run test as long as possible to actually see if I found a pattern, or if I found like the actual way of how Three of Coins works better in terms of efficiency, in terms of time efficiency, in terms of Three of Coins efficiency to use as little as possible, and how the debuff actually worked, if it was actually true, if it worked the way people said it worked, etc. So I spent 1 month farming strange coins. I spent 1 more month trying different methods to farm exotics, and there's like a lot of popular exotic methods, exotic farm methods. Out of the popular ones, I would say the Iron Tomb, Draxis, patrolling the Dreadnought, the taking champions, running strikes, and whatnot, right? I tried all of them, and then out of all of them, I chose the 2 that I thought that were the most efficient. One of them was the most efficient in terms of time, which was the Iron Tomb, because you can kill many ultras in a very short period of time. Like, you can kill 2 ultras every minute and 30 seconds, sorry, every minute and a half. And then the most efficient in terms of Three of Coins used, like strikes, because people were reporting that running strikes was better, because since it takes you like 10 minutes to complete every strike, that gives enough time for the Three of Coins to cool down, and it worked better, right? So I ran both of them, and this is what happened. Let's begin with the strikes. So on the top right here we have the exotics, and then on the left we have the Three of Coins, pretty much reporting how many Three of Coins it took me to get each exotic up to 7, and how much time it took me to get each exotic. So I ran strikes for almost 6 hours straight, and when I say straight, it's straight like back to 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 back. So needless to say that I was sick of playing strikes after this test. I also wanted to emphasize that these are not all the tests that I ran. Like, I ran many tests before actually putting them in a spreadsheet. The ones that I put in the spreadsheet was just the ones that I thought that were the good ones, and the ones that I just wanted to see the actual numbers to see if I could find some information that I was not seeing, or some pattern, right? That being said, so the first exotic, it took 4 Three of Coins, 25 minutes. Second exotic, 1 Three of Coins, 8 minutes. Third exotic, 2 Three of Coins, 19 minutes. Then on the fourth exotic, that's when it got ugly. It took me 2 hours and 4 minutes before I saw my next exotic, and a total of 12 Three of Coins. Then fifth, it went back to normal to 3 Three of Coins and 27 minutes. Sixth, again normal, 3 Three of Coins and 36 minutes. And seventh, 12 Three of Coins and almost 2 hours. totaling almost 6 hours, totaling all 37 3 of coins, and average of 5.29 3 of coins for every exotic. So this is when I discovered and concluded that the whole strike thing method, cooldown method, was bullcrap. Because as you can see, every strike takes on average 10 minutes, right? And they were claiming that if you wait between 5 and 10 minutes in between kills of each ultra, the 3 of coins works better because you give it time to cool down, right? And as you can see in this test, there were strikes that took me well above 10 minutes. So 10:15, 11:15, 11:10, 17:47, 11:37, 10:06, 12:14, 10:11, etc. And I did not get an exotic. Not even after waiting even triple the time that they stated to be the holy grail of how much time you should wait to actually abuse 3 of coins and get an exotic every 3 of coins that you use, right? Plus, it took a very, very long time. 6 hours for 7 exotics is not the most efficient way at all, right? However, this helped me to kinda see a pattern. So this pattern repeats in later tests, and I'll show you in a second. But the pattern is 3 exotics that took considerably less amount of 3 of coins, and then 1 exotic that took a long or a very big amount of 3 of coins, and then again 2 that took less, and then another one that took more 3 of coins, right? And this is a pattern that repeats a lot, and that's how I came to the conclusion of this video. Anywho, however, what I was trying to discover, or what I was trying to do with this method as well, was that maybe I discovered the most efficient, but only if you get like 3 or 2 exotics, right? Because again, the numbers are very good. The common thing said between people is that the average for a 3 of coins and exotic was around 7, right? And with this method, without counting the long runs, I was getting an exotic every 4, every 1, every 2, every 3, every 3, and that's way under 7 3 of coins, right? So I thought like, oh, maybe this is efficient, not in time, but in terms of 3 of coins used. So I just ran another test to see if I was just lucky or something, and indeed I was just lucky. So on the next test, for me to get my first exotic, it took 7 3 of coins and 1 hour, and the second exotic it took 5 3 of coins and almost an hour as well, using a total of 12 3 of coins and an average of 6 3 of coins, and up to 2 hours, so one exotic every hour, which again, it's not efficient in terms of time and not as efficient in terms of 3 of coins. Again, it's very close to the 7 mark that everyone is talking about, right? So once that I tested this one, I tested the second method, which was the Iron Tomb. Now, the big downside about the Iron Tomb was that yes, you can kill many ultras in a very short period of time. However, people were claiming that since you kill so many ultras and the same ultras in a very short period of time, then the 3 of coins, there's a point that it doesn't work anymore. So I wanted to test that. So I went to the Iron Tomb, and before this test, again, I tested it, and yes, I noticed that it slowed down, but I wanted to even do it longer because I was doing it with a very short amount of, or a very little amount of 3 of coins. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna farm a bunch of 3 of coins, and I'm gonna do it with as many as I can, right? And see how many exotics I get, right? So I did it, and I did it back to back to back to back. No breaks, no nothing. Like soon after I get my exotic, I kept doing the method over and over and over again to see how the cooldown worked. So this is what happened, right? Remember the pattern that I was mentioning before about 1 exotic that took way more 3 of coins, and then 3 that took less, and then 1 again that took more, 2, 1 that took more, 3, 1 that took more, 2, 1 that took more, and then if I would have continued, it would have been 3. Same pattern. 3, 1, 2, 1, and it kept repeating. So I was like, oh, maybe I found the way the cooldown works. And the way I could explain it is that maybe how it works is that after the game detects that you earned exotics too quickly, then it punishes you. And said punish would be to spend way increased amount of 3 of coins for you to get your next exotic. And after you complete your punishment, then 3 of coins goes back to work like usual. So again, it didn't have to do with how fast I killed ultras, because it was back to back to back to back to back. That didn't change. It was more with the fact of how fast I got exotics. And then the pattern is still there. Like, I don't think it was random. I think it's still like 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So let's say I got 2 exotics, and then the game detects that I am earning exotics fast. So it punishes me with me having to spend more 3 of coins to get my next exotic. And then once I completed the punishment, then it goes back to normal. And then the pattern, it's 3 this time. So after I get 3 in a very short period of time, then again, it increases as a punishment for how many 3 of coins I have to spend to get my next exotic. And then once I complete my punishment, then it goes back again to normal. But it still follows the pattern. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So I tested it. I was like, okay, now I kind of know that there's a pattern and I kind of know how it works. So I just want to test the cooldown. How can I manipulate the game for it to not punish me for getting too many exotics in a fast way, right? So what I did on my next control test was testing the amount of time I needed to wait for me to see that the cooldown doesn't work anymore, or that the debuff or the penalization doesn't work anymore. Now for that, I need to know what's the penalization, right? So the pattern that I saw, not only from this test, but from previous tests that I mentioned before, was that the penalization was in between sometimes 15 up to 24 3 of coins. That's usually the range when you know that you're being punished. And usually the range for just RNG and how 3 of coins works, it's between 1 and up to, it's not very usual, like it's very rare, but up to 16. Usually it's 12, but sometimes it goes up to 16. So in between 1 and 12, and in between 15 and 24, those are the ranges for either the 3 of coins is working normally or you're being penalized, right? So that being said, I wanted to look for that. I wanted to see the times that I waited and when did it go up and when did it go down, right? And as well, following the pattern, what I did is that I got 2 exotics and then I waited the time. And then 2 exotics and then I waited the time. And then 2 exotics and I waited the time. Why 2 exotics? Why not 4? Why not 3? Why not 7? Because again, we have to see the pattern here. We have 3, then penalized, 2, penalized, 3, penalized, 2, penalized, right? So it seems that the lower amount in terms of exotics was 2. And since you don't really never know where in the pattern are you, if you're in the 2 section or if you're in the 3 section, then the safe play would be to just do 2 exotics and then you let it rest, and then 2 exotics and you let it rest. You could risk it and go up to 3. However, it would take you at least 15 strange coins for you to know that you're being penalized, right? So it's a bet. And if you don't have as many 3 of coins, I don't think it's a smart bet that you want to play, especially when we discover how much time it takes you for you to avoid the penalization, the debuff. So anyways, having that in mind, what I did was, okay, I'm gonna get 2 exotics and then I'm gonna wait a certain amount of time and I'm gonna test if I see any kind of difference in terms of how many 3 of coins it takes me to get that exotic, right? So again, I got 2 exotics, and then I let it wait. I let it rest for 50 minutes, and then I got my next exotic at 9 3 of coins, right? So I didn't get either penalized, or I didn't get I didn't get benefited out of waiting 50 minutes, sorry. Because the last one without waiting was 5, and the next one with waiting was 9. It was even more. So I didn't even get benefited, or I didn't get penalized. So we're good for now. So then again, I ran after getting the 3rd exotic, another run to get the 4th one, and it took me 3 of coins. So again, I even got benefited, quote unquote, from not waiting any period of time. And after I got the 4th one, then I waited 40 minutes. And again, after I waited 40 minutes, I didn't get either benefited, or I didn't get penalized. When I say benefited, I just want you to understand, or I just want you to have in mind that for you to understand that if you wait longer, you're not gonna get benefited. It's not like, oh yeah, if you use a 3 of coins every 2 days, then the game detects that, and then you will get more exotics because it detects that you haven't used 3 of coins in a long time. No, it's still RNG, because again, when I waited 50 minutes, I was not benefited from that. I was even, if you want to see it that way, penalized, because it took me more 3 of coins as opposed to the one that I didn't wait 50 minutes, right? So that's what I mean between benefited and penalized, right? Anywho, so again, the range between that I detect that I'm being penalized or not is in between 1 and 12, and then 15 to 24. So I waited 40 minutes, and it took me 10 for me to get the 5th exotic, and then I waited 0 minutes, and it took me 4 to get my 6th exotic, and then I waited 30 minutes, and it took me 1 to get my 7th exotic, and then I waited 0 minutes, and it took me 12 to get my 8th exotic. I waited 20 minutes, and it took me 5 to get my 9th exotic. I waited 0 minutes, and it took me 12 to get my 10th exotic. And then I waited 15 minutes, it took me 10 to get my 11th exotic. And then it took me 5 to get my 12th exotic, and waiting 0 minutes. And then I waited 10 minutes. So this is where things changed. When I waited 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, nothing changed. I didn't even get benefited or affected or penalized, right? But when I waited 10 minutes, that's when it changed. That's when it went from the 1 to 12, 1 to 15 range, from the 15 to 20 range. Now, when I waited 10 minutes, it went all the way up to 20. So that's when I knew that 15 minutes was the least amount of time that you have to wait for you to not get penalized or get the debuff, right? So in this run, it took 116 3 of coins and an average of 8.2 3 of coins for each exotic. So then the next test that I ran was with only 15 minutes. So instead of testing like, oh yeah, 30, 40, 50, 30, 20, I tested only 15 minutes to see if that was the sweet spot, if that was the minimum amount that you have to wait for you to not be punished by the debuff. And it was. It worked. So again, 0 minutes, and then 15 minutes took me 3, 0 minutes, 15 minutes took me 7. As you can see, most of them are under 15, and that's what we want to see. Again, sometimes you're going to be lucky, sometimes you're going to be unlucky. In this case, it took me 1. In this case, it took me 14. In this case, it took me 1, 14 again, right? 6, 13. But you have to have in mind that the average is still around 7.5, 8-ish. And that's what we want to see. So let's say if you do a short run, let's say if you only did this run, you only ran 3. Then your average, of course, will be way below 7.5. But again, you have to think in the long term, in the long run. If you do it enough times, then what your average will be. So it worked. In no test, in no exotics, it went above 15, like in any of them. So that's how I knew it worked, and that's how I knew that 15 was the sweet spot for you to wait and not get penalized. Because again, in most of them, we've seen that the debuff starts in between 14 and 15. So 14, 19, 17, 18, 19, 20 in this case. And then for this one, we don't see anything above 14. We see 14, that's the most, but again, we see very good numbers. 4, 9, 3, 6, 7, 4, 1, 7, 10, 8, 9. And again, the average is still 7.25. So it took 116 3 of coins to get 16 exotics. And on average, it took, I would say, 1.5 minute per try. And that's 3 of coins, that's 60. It took maybe an hour and a half to get 16 exotics. Compared to the strikes one, where it took me 6 hours to get 7, then an hour and a half or 2 hours to get 16, it's not bad at all. So then I wanted to test it with a short sample. I wanted to see what would happen if an average Joe did it. Because I understand that not many people have 223 3 of coins to spend every time they test this. So if you're a casual player, I wanted to see what would happen. What would you see in your screen if you had, let's say in this case 36, in this case 32, in this case 30. What would you see? So in this case, if you're an average Joe that you don't play too much, that you don't spend too much on Destiny, that you have a spare, I don't know, 30, 40, 3 of coins in your game and you want to test this, it would look like this. So it would take you 36 strange coins, 3 of coins in this case, to get 4 exotics, and then the run was 7, 11, 6, 12, waiting 15 minutes in between exotic number 2 and exotic number 3. The average was 9, and again, if you do this method long enough, then you would see that the average will go down. And same case if your average is lower. Let's say you got super lucky that your run was 4, 1, 6, 1. And then you're like, oh shit, this method is so OP. However, if you do it long enough, you will see that your average goes from 4 all the way again to 7. Because you're going to have some great runs, like getting one exotic after another. And very bad runs will take you 14 3 of coins. But that has nothing to do with debuff. It has to do with RNG and luck. That's it. So I ran another test, again for an average Joe, that you have 32 3 of coins just there and you wanted to get exotics. So it went like this: 6, 15, 10, and 1. Again, pure RNG. Beautiful run right here that we have, because we can see right here that after waiting 15 minutes, I didn't get benefited or punished, right? But then right away, like just keeping doing it, I got an exotic, right? So again, pure RNG. That's what I was talking about. So in this case, if you were this guy, it would took you 32 3 of coins and for 4 exotics, and on average you get 8. You get 1 exotic every 8 3 of coins, right? A little bit better than this one, but still, again. And then we have this other test that I ran. So again, pure RNG. It took 33 of coins to get 4. And then we got lucky 2 times, and then we got unlucky 2 times as well. So again, it's not in terms of like, oh yeah, it's because you were debuffed here and here. No. It's just pure RNG. And you can see right here that even though we had very bad luck and also very good luck, the average still comes to 7.5. So that's how we came to this conclusion. That's how I discovered the sweet spot for the 3 of coins and how not to get debuffed. And that's how I would recommend you to do it. Just get 2 exotics, wait 15 minutes, and then get 2 exotics, wait 15 minutes, get 2 exotics, 15 minutes. No, you don't get penalized for killing many ultras at the same time or in a very short period of time. No, you don't get penalized for using too many 3 of coins in a short period of time. So the Iron Tomb is the most efficient in terms of time and in terms of 3 of coins, because the others work pretty much exactly the same. Like there's no difference in between strikes because you think, oh yeah, no, because I take more time killing ultras, then it would be better. No, you would only be wasting time, honestly, because it takes a long time just to farm strikes. So yeah, anyways, this is how it works. This is how I found out how the debuff works and how I debunked all the things that the community think nowadays. And so yeah, it was a long month. I spent so much time farming all the strange coins to buy all the 3 of coins, and a long time farming or like running all the strikes, and a long time running all the tests for the Iron Tomb, and a long time doing all the other methods to see if they worked. So I hope you like it. I hope you appreciate it. And yeah, so that's it for the in-depth part of the video, and then next we have the gameplay. Alright, welcome guys to the live gameplay part of the video where I'll show you how the strat actually works, and I will share some tips and tricks on how to do this a little bit more efficient, faster, or whatnot. So as you know, we start on the main menu. We have to go to the directory and go to the Earth and select the Iron Tomb mission of the Rise of Iron DLC campaign. If you don't have that, you can just buy that for very cheap as of right now. So yeah, just FYI. Again, the strategy doesn't start until the very last part of this mission. So this is just for me to show you just how it works if you're not a very experienced player. If you're experienced, then you can just disregard everything I say until we get to the Iron Tomb part of it, where you find the bodies of the Iron Lords. But again, who knows, maybe you're a returning player and you haven't played in a long time, so it might be useful to you. But it's very simple. Like, you just need to complete, or quote-unquote speed run through the first part of the mission, and then the actual method starts all the way to the end. But again, I'll just show you how I do it. In terms of loadout, there's nothing special. You can really use any type of weapon or armor or whatever. In my case, right now, I'm using a Titan. You know, I'm a Warlock main. I love my Warlock. The only reason I use Titan specifically for this mission is because efficiency and doing things a little bit faster. However, I am very how do you say that? Like, I focus so much on efficiency and speedness because I've been doing this method and researching for maybe a month so far. So sometimes I grind this mission maybe 5-6 hours a day, and plus farming all the strange coins, etc. So for me, saving maybe, I don't know, a minute every run doing this small things, it's a big thing for me. But if you're a casual player, and again, I doubt that there's people sick enough like myself to farm this many strange coins a week. So again, if you're a casual player, you play maybe a couple days a week and you have some 3 of coins to use, all these tips to do it a little bit faster or whatnot are not as important, to put it that way, you know. Again, I just do it because I've been doing this for over a month, and I have to do it many times a day and for many hours for me to do all the research and whatnot. So yeah, but again, it doesn't matter. You can do it with any character, with any loadout, whatever. If you want to do it fast or whatnot, you can use Titan. So you can Titan skate with Twilight Garrison. If you don't, well, you don't. That's it. It's very simple. So you start the mission, you load in, and then what you want to do, you want to grab your Sparrow and speedrun again, as I said before, all the way to the end of the mission. First, we have to go here to Giant's Husk. We have to go up the stairs. You really don't need to get out of the Sparrow if you don't want to. So we go all the way up here, all the way up here through the stairs, then to the left, and then all the way down. Dicky. Oh, alright. Perfect, awesome. Now we're here. We just need to swap those cores or whatever. Again, you don't really need to kill any enemies. Just there's one wave of enemies that you need to kill. I'll show you where it is. But other than that, if you don't want to kill any enemies, don't. If you're low level and you feel like they're killing you or whatever, like I've never been killed doing this method ever. So if you want to kill some enemies because you feel like it's kind of hard for you because you're low light level, go ahead, feel free to do that. I just don't do it because, I mean, it takes time, right? So you just swap the course, you put it right here, and then you leave. So you can see they're shooting, they're doing everything they can to kill me, and I just don't die. So nothing hard at all. So you just jump through here, get your sparrow, and then we travel all the way to Archon's Forge, and from there we have to go all the way down to the Iron Tomb. Again, during all this mission, the whole mission, you don't need to really kill any type of enemies or stop to do anything at all. There's only one wave of enemies that you need to kill. I'll show you where it is. But besides from that, you can just ignore every single thing that you see until you get to the Iron Tomb. So yeah, let's just keep going with our sparrow. There it is, Archon's Keep. We go all the way up to Archon's Forge. There's some fallen, just ignore them. This thing is gonna explode and it's gonna blind them. There you go, so they won't attack you. There they are. Doki. Then we go to the right. Whoop. Then we go to the right again. And you don't need to get down on your sparrow. You can go all the way down with your sparrow. So you can just make it a little bit faster. There we go. And then just go all the way down to the right. Doki. There's going to be a captain over here. You can just run over him. Hello. Then go all the way to the left. Jesus Christ. And then here's where you want to just jump out of your sparrow, because you cannot cross this part with your sparrow. So just go down to the right, slide. If you want to jump to make it faster, jump. And then down this hole. And again, you can skip all of these enemies. You don't need to kill any of them. Just jump over here, and we gotta go through this door. Ignore this captain. Again, if it's giving you like a hard time, kill him. If not, just ignore them. And then we have to pull out our ghost right here. And this door will open in a second. There we go. We go down to the right. And we have to drop ourselves in that hole. Ignore this captain as well, and then there we go. You see, you don't need to kill really any enemies for you to get to this part of the mission. Go down. I almost died there. It's all good. Have to go through this door again. Ignore the enemies. You don't really need to kill them. If you are, I don't know, above 380, I don't think that it's possible for you to die. I would also advise you to increase your light level a little bit, just for you to not die, because there's a part where there are many mobs where you can actually die if you're not like high enough in light. But aside from that, you're pretty safe. So this is the wave of enemies that I was talking about that you actually need to kill. So just throw a grenade, throw your super, do whatever you want to wipe these enemies, and then this door will open. Attaboy. Then we go all the way down. So this is pretty much it, the setup for this mission. It's not quite a setup, you just need to speed run as fast as you can all the way down. And oh my god, why can't I Titan's Gate Jack right now? Alright. And there we go. We are here. This is where the actual strategy begins. So again, we're in the Iron Tomb. We find the bodies of the Iron Lords. And this girl is gonna scream. She's gonna drop the iron axe. We have to pick it, kill one, kill two, and then jump out of here so we can restart the checkpoint, which is pretty much right here where I am. Before you kill any ultra, you want to go to your menu and pop a 3 of coins. As you can see right now, we have 59 3 of coins, and I'll just show you how many it takes me to get 2 exotics, so you can see that it actually works. So before you kill any ultra, again, make sure to come here and pop a 3 of coins. After you kill the first one, you want to pop another 3 of coins, kill the second, ignore the third, go all the way down here and jump. So let's do that. I'll just show you also how to do it as efficient as possible, because I've seen people running around getting, for example, ammo for the axe, and you really don't need to do that. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna scan the computer. This girl is gonna, the Siva is gonna take it up, and then she's gonna drop down the iron axe. What you want to do is that you want to grab the relic maybe as far as possible as you can. Why? Because I'm just being peaky, like you don't really need to do it. I'm just telling you how to make it faster. What happens is that if you're maybe here and pick up the axe, the ultra will come down and slam you and send you all the way down there, which is kind of annoying when you do this, I don't know, 20 times. So just pick up the axe and run here and slide, and that way he won't be able to send you flying. After you kill the first one, open your menu, get your 3 of coins, then the second one, the second and the third one will drop. We're just gonna kill one of them, and we're gonna kill him, and then again kill yourself and repeat. So let's just do it so I can show you how this works. Again, make sure to pop a 3 of coins. Maybe the first times you do this you are gonna forget, so just as a best practice, open the menu and make sure that you have this icon. This icon means that the 3 of coins is active. So yeah, I'll just show you what happens if you don't actually move, so you can see. There you go. It's kind of annoying. Sometimes it's not that bad. Sometimes it sends you all the way down to this door. So again, just to avoid that, pick up the axe. I'll show you in the next run, and then just come over here, and then he won't slam you. So how we want to do this is the first one, we want to kill him with only heavy attacks. So it only takes 2 to break his shield. After his shield is down, every time you heavy him, he's gonna kneel down, so he's not gonna move, he's not gonna attack you or anything like that. He's gonna die. You want to open your inventory and pop another 3 of coins before you kill your second ultra. They're gonna again get pulled up, and then they're gonna drop again. There you see. So what I've seen a lot of people doing, and what I was mentioning before, is that after you kill after you kill the first Iron Lord, you might have very low ammo on your axe. And I've seen many people just wasting time going around the little flames to recharge the axe, which you don't really need to do. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna basic and smash, basic, smash, basic. Oh, let me show you with the other one so the fire is not recharging my thing. Where is he? Did he just disappear? Oh my god, this has never happened to me. Oh no, he's coming. Is he coming? Where the hell is he? Did he disappear? I think he did. Well, anyways, as you can see, I have very low ammo. I'm just gonna wait until it's 0. There we go. And again, basic, heavy, basic, heavy, basic, heavy, and it works like a charm. You can see right there, it's just working. You see? Perfect. And after you kill the second one, what you want to do is come all the way to the door and jump. That's all you need to do. So that what you saw was what we're gonna call a circuit. That's what it basically is. And we want to repeat this as many times as you want until you get the first exotic and then the second exotic. And after we get the second exotic, we want to wait 15 minutes, and then we can keep doing this. Again, 15 minutes, it's not a magic number. It's not that if you pop a 3 of coins after 16 or 17 or 20 minutes, it's not gonna work. I'm saying 15, it's the minimum that you have to wait before you pop another 3 of coins after getting your second exotic. If you wait more, that's okay. And I usually, I doubt that you're gonna do this method for a long time if you're a casual player. So what I would consider the healthy version of this would be getting maybe a couple exotics a day and then call it a day, and then you can come back any other day. Usually for the runs that I showed you in the previous part of the video where I got 16 exotics, that was maybe a 4, even 5 hour run. So I really doubt that someone has, first of all, that many 3 of coins, and second of all, that much time to farm exotics in Destiny 1 in the big 2026. So if you're a casual player, you have some 3 of coins, you have maybe a couple hours a week to play Destiny and you want to farm some exotics, again, do this method maybe once a day, get your 2 exotics, give it like call it a day, and then you can do it again on the weekend or whatever. If you want to do it all in a day because you have a bunch of 3 of coins, you can go ahead and do it. What I just want to emphasize and stress enough is that 15 is not a magic number. 15 is just the bare minimum you need to wait for the game to not debuff the effect of 3 of coins. So kill the second ultra, not the second ultra, get your second exotic after killing your last ultra, and then wait 15 minutes at least, and then you can keep spamming this method over and over again. So let's just do that. As you saw, we started with 59. So far we've used 2. So I'll just show you one more circuit so you can see how it's actually done, quote unquote, fast. And then after that, I'm gonna fast forward so you can see how many 3 of coins it actually takes me to get a exotic, or the 2 exotics. All right, so let's do that. Again, always make sure to pop the 3 of coins. There we go, 3 of coins. Scan this computer, wait for the girl to scream. No, I have to. There you go. Then you grab this thing, come over here. You see, he didn't send me flying. Heavy attack, heavy attack, heavy attack, heavy attack, heavy attack. Beautiful. No exotics, beautiful. Inventory, 3 of coins. Don't worry about the enemies. This part was the one that I was talking about, where if you're low light level, you might want to increase the light level before you do this because they can kill you. But if you're 400, there's no way you die. Like, doing this method, out of the 3 billion times that I've done it, I've never died. So yeah, again, single attack heavy, single attack heavy, single attack heavy, single attack heavy. Beautiful. Nothing. We go all the way down to the door and we repeat. That's it. Jump and it will restart automatically, and you do the same method over and over again until you get your first exotic, until you get your second exotic, and then you rest it at least 15 minutes. So I'll just be back with you guys. I'm not gonna cut so you see that it's not edited or anything like that. So I'll just fast forward until I get my first exotic, and then I'll fast forward again until I get my second exotic. So I'll see you in a second. Well, that was pretty fast. There we have our first exotic. Let me just kill myself so I can show you. And there we go. So we started with 59. Right now we have 53. That means that I got my first exotic after using only 6 3 of coins. Every run, it should take, until you get used to it and you become fast enough, maybe a minute and a half to complete. So let's say this exotic took me around 6 minutes to get, which is pretty damn fast. There's no other method I can give you this result. So I'm just gonna keep going so I get my second exotic, and I can show you that it keeps working. There we go, we got our second exotic. Whip. There we go. So this one took 248, that's 10, that's 15 strange coins, which again, it's pure RNG. So let's just wait now the 15 minutes and then we'll try it again to see if we get luckier this time. Alright, it's been 15 minutes, so we're just gonna run 2 more exotics to see how many it takes us to get them. So let's just begin. Alright, there we have it, our 3rd exotic, and then we're gonna get our 4th exotic. Awesome, and there we have our 4th exotic. Let me just kill myself real quick. There we go. So you can see 27. It's not scripted, it's not edited, it's not nothing. Again, it's pure RNG. At the end of the day, this is the most efficient, best way to do it, but still 3 of coins is still RNG. Usually the high limit for 3 of coins, it's around 14, sometimes even 15, and the low limit it's 1. So as you can see right there, it's not about how many ultras you kill, how fast you do it, how fast you use the 3 of coins after getting your exotic. It's just merely RNG. And then after the 2nd exotic, if you pop a 3 of coins, then that's when the debuff it's more consistent. That's when you start to see numbers above 20, that you have to pop 20, 21, 22, even 24 3 of coins before you see your next exotic. As you can see right there, and this is beautiful. This was not staged or anything, of course. I spent 10 3 of coins. Immediately after, I get a exotic after using a single 3 of coins. So for this run, the average was 8 3 of coins for every exotic, and the total used for 4 exotics was 32 3 of coins. As you can see right here, we got 1 primary, 1 secondary, 1 leg, and 1 heavy. So usually the average, the real average, where the sample it's long enough, it's above, not above, around 7.5 3 of coins every exotic. And again, it's pure luck. And if you test this and maybe just run 4 exotics, and then the 4 exotics, let's say it took you 4, 5, 3 and 1, you might say, oh yeah, this works, this is awesome. But really, it was a very short sample. What happened is that you were very lucky, but if you repeat this method long enough, the average will go always to around 7.5, give it or take 8, 7 sometimes, but it's usually 7.5 the average. Same thing, if you're very unlucky, if your first exotic you got at 10, your second exotic you got at 12, the third exotic you got at 9, and then the fourth exotic you got at maybe 8, the average of course is going to be higher. But if you run this method in the long run, you will see that the average always stays around 7.5. So again, it's pure RNG, but it's still the best method, the most efficient and the fastest as well. For us to get 4 exotics, my bad, it took around I would say 40 minutes. So 1 exotic every 10 minutes was very good. And again, that's just taking all the me explaining to you things and whatnot, and 32 3 of coins, which was again pretty damn good. So if you're a casual player, you could easily be getting at least 8 exotics a week. So yeah, very, very useful. One last thing that I wanted to add is that when you're waiting this 15 minutes, you don't need to stay in the mission. However, I started in the mission because I was not trying to, repeat the mission all over again for this video. You have to have in mind that if either you abandon the mission or you get kicked out because you were AFK, you will have to reset the mission. You'll start from the very beginning, which is totally okay, no biggie. You just run the mission again and then get to this point and run the strat as usual. And I think that's it. My advice would be do it the healthy way. Don't try to do the strat like 10 hours a day like I do. I just do that because, again, I was trying to find the most accurate answer for how 3 of coins work. But if you're just a casual player, just do this strat maybe a couple days a day, get your exotics, get your 2 exotics, and then just call it a day, and then try another day, and that's it. I think that's the healthiest way. But if you're a tryhard like myself and you like to grind over 300 strange coins a week and over 200 3 of coins a week, you can totally do that again. It works. As you can see, if you wait the 15 minutes, it kind of resets or deactivates that debuff, and you can do this as many times as you want with as many 3 of coins as you want. Again, I've tested this method with over 200 3 of coins in a single run with no breaks, and it still works. And that's it, guys. I really hope that you found this very useful. It took me a long time to do all the research, to do especially all the farming for the strange coins and eventually the 3 of coins. So if you find it useful, give it a like, subscribe, and turn the notifications on, and let me know what other type of content you would like to see in the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next time. Bye.